Yeah, it was a major moment for Kamala Harris. She knew it, as did her campaign. That was what they said to us earlier in the day when I spoke to one of her senior advisors. She was going to approach this like her career, and she did just that. She laid out her career. She laid out the case against Donald Trump, and then this was her closing arguments to put to the American people, the jury, as one of her advisors called it. Well, she tried to strike a tone also of unity. She said, I will work every day to build consensus and compromise to get things done. If you give me the chance to work on your behalf, there is nothing that will stand in my way. But she did take swipes at the Republican candidate. She notions to the Oval Office, inside the White House, the building she's worked in for the last 3.5 years alongside Joe Biden. She said on day one, Donald Trump would walk into that office with an enemies list. I will walk in with a to-do list, to which the crowd chanted, we're not going back. That chant, which started off as a throwaway remark, but has become the rallying cry for this campaign. She touched on issues which are key to the electorate, including the economy, border security, housing, but she also gave some red meat to those moderate Republicans who are going to need to get on side if she has any hope of trying to defeat Donald Trump in such a marginal election. She said that she would have the world's strongest, most lethal fighting force, and then also mentions some alleged remarks that Donald Trump made about prisoners of war, calling them suckers and losers. She called Donald Trump an easy mark. She said that the autocrats around the world were hoping for him and rooting for him to get into office so that they could take advantage. And she also mentioned some of his most recent remarks where he called the people that disagree with him the enemy within. She said, Donald Trump wants to put people who disagree with him in jail. I'll give them a seat at the table. Arguably, the strongest thing she said about Donald Trump was calling him a petty tyrant. She used that in a kind of larger metaphor of what the United States has gone through in the last 250 years since it won independence from the United Kingdom. And she touted all the fights for freedom that have happened over the course of those 2.5 centuries and said that we didn't come this far to hand over freedom to another petty tyrant. So an emotional speech, a soaring speech at times, and also a speech that she hopes will cross party lines and convince those Republicans who may be sick of Donald Trump to come on side or at least not to vote for him, because the margins at the moment are so thin that those votes could really make the difference.